Hi guys, I wanted to share an example of a practical report, just so you know kind of what's expected. This is not the same topic as what you did, so when you're looking here, you're seeing hormones, shoe growth. We didn't do that. No, you didn't do that. Don't stress. It's just an example from another subject. So here's their results. I've presented them as tables with averages. They've then presented their results as graphs. You will probably only have one table and one graph. That is fine. I wanted to show you a discussion so you could see what a discussion could look like. So in the first paragraph, they've used data from the tables to try to suggest what is happening and why it's happening. So the data suggested that with 50 grams, the acceleration was this, but with 500 grams, the acceleration was much slower. So you're using data, you're using numbers, and then you're going to say why that's happening with reference to Newton's second law. All right, so the first few paragraphs are explaining why the results occurred using data. After this example then goes into the systematic errors. It shows that systematic errors are linked with accuracy, and there's a definition of what a systematic error is with reference. And then there's a definition of what accuracy is with a reference. And then it talks about the possible systematic errors within this specific investigation. It then goes on to suggest that systematic errors could not be determined and their impact on the accuracy could not be determined. And it says that the experiment would need to be repeated with new equipment to check for systematic errors. The student then talks about random errors, gives a definition for random errors, and then talks about how random errors affect the precision of data and talks about what precision means with references. It then talks about the likely sources of random errors within the experiment. It then talks about the spread of data, showing that if it's closely spread, that random errors may not have impacted the data, but if it's widespread, there may have been an impact from random errors. Lastly, the conclusion says whether it did or did not support the hypothesis, whether the data did or didn't support the hypothesis. You'll also talk about Newton's second law in your conclusion, as well as supporting the hypothesis. And at the end are references using the Harvard system with surname, initial, year published, title, web address, and the date that that web address was accessed. Hopefully that helps you when you're writing your discussion. Good luck with it all. As always, please see me for extra help, whether it's through email, day map messaging, face-to-face, wherever. Happy to help. Cheers, guys.